Hey there YouTubes, this is Grimweird coming back at you with more MC Eternal mod pack playthrough action for Minecraft 1.12.2, and I've added a few more areas to the build here. So if we go inside to our little house here, I don't think anything has really changed much here. Go upstairs, I don't think much has changed up here. But if we go downstairs to our transport hub, put in a few more areas. First and foremost, we have our industrial area started up. So here we have where my ME system now is, and where I've created one, and I've made myself a full-size smeltery, so that is nice. And this is all wired up, so this is going to be like, as we can see from the chunks, it's roughly a 5-chunk area set up in a plus, and it is directly under my astral sorcery area. So now we're down near bedrock, and if we were to look up here, if we were to go up, you can see this is our astral sorcery area, up around the Y160 to 175 region, but we are now down near the near bedrock, and I'm just using the same chunks that are lit up in my astral sorcery area with spectral illuminators, so that helps me out with the lighting. And all I've really done so far is put in my normal 2x8 by 4 big smeltery, and I've set that into the ground a couple, and then also sort of built it back into the walls a bit. And I've set up my ME system, so we've got some drives here, 2 of them with actual storage in them so far, and then room to expand. These are just the machines that I had so far over at the sandcastle starting area. I just moved them over here and plopped them down right there until I find homes for them. They're going to spread out here, where you can see I have dense ME conduits from Ender.io for the ME system coming up into the middle of these 4 rooms. So we will set up like little areas for auto crafting and whatnot, and move those machines over here once I have homes for them. If we take a look at what I did in my previous build earlier in this series, before I started over worlds, I had like a big extravagant up in the air kind of ME system. So this time I thought I would sort of go underground with it. So now we're down at bedrock, and you can see I have some cable going over to my drives, and then I have just a 3-cube controller, a 3-controller core here with power, with an energy cell that is full up now with 54 million. So this is sort of the center of things. And then you can see I've got cables going out to the 4 different rooms that we're going to have for auto crafting. And then I also threw in, I was only making about 67 RF per tick with my 1 thermoelectric generator and 1 immersive engineering windmill over the sandcastle. So before I went nuts, I went ahead and just built up a bunch of the immersive engineering thermoelectric generators here. So there are 40 of them, and they are, well, I think this is not the full thing because that's how much I'm spending. But when all 40 are going, I think they're doing 32 each. So 40 times 32 is, a decent amount. Gets up close to 2,000 RF per tick from this little plant. And as usual, I did my thing where I've got a stripe of magma blocks and a diagonal stripe of thermoelectric generators from immersive engineering, and then a stripe of packed ice, and then generators and magma and generators and ice and generators, etc. And this is just something that I'm sort of comfortable with and like, um, and it's not too bad to make in this mod pack. In particular, it was sort of handy because this copper coil block with the LV coils, you could use copper wire, which was a pretty simple thing. You could just have 6 copper ingots and 2 planks and a stick to make 18 copper wires. And then that sort of helped make the LV wire coils and the copper coil blocks. And then it was just steel and Constantan plates from there. So I did burn through a decent amount of Constantan, but it wasn't too big of a deal. I just made up a few stacks each of all of that stuff, and away we went. So yeah, that's around that's 32 times 40, so that's I don't know, a decent amount of RF per tick. And then you can see underneath here, if we go back up, you can see I've got a ME security terminal here for wireless, and then the wireless access point is on the bottom underneath it. And then I've put my crystal growth chamber and my advanced inscriber here. And then I've got my 3 screens for the interface terminal. Once I set up some auto crafting, this is where my interface to the auto crafting will be. And then I've got a crafting terminal, and then I've got a pattern terminal. But I haven't started any auto crafting yet, but you can see I'm all ready to start working on that between this episode and next. Going back out. Oh, and I've been getting a bunch of void stone for rewards from chests and whatnot. So I thought I'd try some of those out as accent pieces. They're a little pink for me, but sort of fun and interesting. So the next area we have was, pardon me, I need to cough. I've got ahead and I've got plenty of power for now, but as soon as I get into something more interesting, I will need more power. So I've set up a room here. This is the lightning element runestone, so that makes sense for power. It's also sort of a greenish color that would make sense for an enderpearl energetic farm. So I've made the stuff that we need for an energetic generator, like I made in the previous build earlier in this. But I haven't set it up yet. So this room is going to have a big energetic generator system in here. And then I've also gone ahead and gone to the Nether. So I set up the actual portal over in the bottom of my mine, but I wanted to have something that went directly there from my house. We're actually switching dimensions now from the overworld to hell or the Nether, so that's actually a bit of a load time to get the other world in there. I like how the door in the Nether looks all red. I think it must that color of that door must build on whatever is going on in your sky color. So basically I just did my normal thing. I pulled out my builder from building gadgets, and I just picked polished granite because it's sort of and just built something real quick here. So I think most of what I did was I started with like a surface kind of thing, I think with my exchanger mostly, and just exchanged out the floor real quick, and then I built horizontal wall for the ceiling, and then vertical walls. I just whipped up some quick vertical walls. So that was a quick build to just build myself a cube here in the Nether. One thing in this mod pack that I don't usually do, but I absolutely do in this mod pack, is I went ahead and claimed the area around my base because of those miserable, horrible, super annoying. I should get out my glider. I should make sure my squid ring is working. There's those miserable little red. All right, what's going on here? I see. Those miserable red creepers that toss TNT, and they're not only difficult to see like that guy. They're not only difficult to see, but they also will just totally beat up the landscape around here until you sort of get settled. So I sort of turned on this claimed area just to keep monsters from blowing up the entire landscape. But I haven't looked around too much here. There's definitely critters going on. Basically all I've done so far is wander around enough to get myself 15 Ardite and 15 Cobalt. But I haven't really explored much yet, so why don't we go ahead and do some of that. I should go back and mark this. Kill that guy. Let's see, before we get carried away, we should go to the journey map and do portal. See if we can see anything here. Basically, I just sort of cruised around real quick to find some ore, but I haven't really looked much around. I don't see any nether fortresses nearby. They've changed for 1.3.6. They have changed the. Man, I hate these guys. This place is super busy. There's a lot of spawns here. So it's sort of a pain in the butt to move around. You either have to keep moving, or you have to keep your back to a wall, or, you know, it's sort of a mess to move around because there are so many spawns and so much chaos going on. Those red creepers are hideous, as you can hear them tossing TNT behind me. That's interesting. I do like the biome generation. There's a lot of cool... and here's another fortress. Cool. Go ahead and go on down here. Oh, what? Something set me on fire. So one of the things I need to do is kill a wither. Or actually what I really need to do is capture a wither. Let's go ahead and... Oops, there's a ghast. Go ahead and get out a soul vial. I think I should have one. Yes. Let's put that here. And let's see if we can capture a wither. Kill that real quick. We've already got a blaze spawner saved up, so don't need to capture that. So I just whacked it. Actually, I think I could use some more soul sand, so let's take a look up here real quick, see what's going on. Nothing too exciting, but let's go ahead and grab blood tooth. I don't know what that is. Whoa. Hello. What did that do? Did that poison me or something? Or something shooting me? Well, it looks like there's a cloud of something. Potion effect that I was standing in. Did that come when we broke that? Don't know. There we go. Picked up a little soul sand real quick. Let's go back to looking for wither skeleton. I don't think I have a great need for Manulin or Ardite. I did already pick up some. I picked up some like this with my smashing and smelting main bore. And then I realized that for the quest I needed actual ores. So then I had to switch to a pick. They're not only do things spawn like crazy in the Nether in this mod pack, but they also some of them move pretty fast, like those little foxes that just charged us. See if I actually need any of this. Apparently not. Doesn't seem to be used in anything. Is that a normal skeleton? That looks like a normal skeleton. Not seeing any withers yet. I ran into this problem last time. It took me quite a while to actually find some withers. It's one of those little firefox guys. Have a little bit more soul sand. This isn't a very exciting place. Not a lot of spawns, not a lot of die creeper. Not a lot of chests. Ah, there's a guy. Here's my huckleberry. Gotcha. Alright, mission accomplished. We have a soul vial with a wither, so now we can make ourselves a powered wither spawner and get ourselves more wither heads and summon a bunch of withers. Go ahead and mark this. I can see it easily on the map. Let's try, I think we actually have to maybe kill some of these nether hornets for a quest. Maybe. Maybe not. I think we do need to kill some of these nether wasps for a quest, so might as well get up there and break into it and just see what's going on up there. Hey, bounty, nether wasp, done. Just gonna go ahead and close that back up. I think I will mark this. Let's see, what else do we need to do here? Oh, I should grab some, I should look around for and potentially grab some of the stuff that you need for embossing. In other words, some of that orange style slime and magma cream. So we need to find one of those little slime areas. Oh, that's right. Those slime areas are a total pain in the butt because of the miserable fire octopus dudes, lava throwers or whatever they're called. Ouch. Submerged lava fortress. those slime areas are down in the lava pools. Not really seeing one yet. There's one. Dang fire bat. Everybody just calm down a moment. Ugh. Those lava throwers are such a pain in the butt. All right. Everybody just calm down a moment. Did I not get those? So I'm full up. And I don't have any food out. Ooh, now that I have an ME system, I need to make a ender pouch. Gosh darn it. Knock it off. Okay, I got a couple slimy dirts. Got some slime channels. I need, let's see. I need slime balls, the orange slime balls. That's what I need from the orange congealed slime blocks. Not seeing any of these. Is that these? I think that's those. I'm getting slime channels instead, though. What happens if I just break them? There we go. Verify that that's what I'm looking for. Yes. Oh, what's attacking me now? Wither, weakness, and fire resistance. Am I irradiated or something? Alright, well I got a couple saplings, so if I need more of that, I can just make another one of those trees. But I would like to get in here and get just a bit more of this stuff. Let's get some food out too. I don't know what I ate that I just picked up, but it may not have been good for me. Alright, we got 51 of those now, so we should be good to go there. What else do we need? Wouldn't hurt to have some more glowstone, I think. I've been getting a decent amount from my farm, my mob farm, but go ahead and grab some of that. there some critter with a vortex around here? Something was pulling me backwards. Oh, this guy. Hate those creepers. You're the one I'm after. Get out my wand. A little zap zap. Yeah, I only got one magma cream, but I think I can make those. Yeah, I can make those. I got plenty of blaze powder. I think I saw a chest over here. Let's go take a look in here for a bit. Let's see that there. Put some of this garbage away. See anything interesting here? I'm not familiar with Tech Reborn. I glanced at it just briefly, and it looked a bit like IC2, or like, a different version of that kind of tech. I haven't really needed it or whatnot, but we're probably going to be asked to do some of it for the quest book. Oops. That chain lightning on the wand does a great job on slimes, as you can see. Ooh, I do like the infinite fire. Pardon me, I need to cough. I do like the infinite fire unbreaking things here, so I'll grab some of those. I don't think I have one of those, so I'll grab that. Totem of returning. I hear footsteps. Must be above me. Another lava charm. I'm wearing one, but it might not hurt to have another around. I have plenty of books, so I don't need those. I have plenty of those. Hey, buddy. Dragon's blood resin. Hey, there's another quest. All right, well, we're pretty full up on our bags, so why don't we head on home and now that we have an ME system, this is the first time I've adventured since I set that room up, so I need to make myself an ender pouch and an import system so that I can send my gear into my ME system or send my loot into my ME system. Gosh, did I burn through all that food or did I just put it away? I've got auto feed now. Yeah, I think I just put it away. I've got auto feed now with, I think I got that for these. Reskillable. Was it gathering? No, was it farming? Hungry farmer makes eating a passive task, auto feeding. So as you can see, I maxed out a bunch of this stuff. So I've got all this junk, at least all of it that I didn't actively dislike. So extra coal and increasing the speed of going through obsidian, some things like that. Nothing too earth-shattering. Probably the one that's most affecting my gameplay is just the auto eating. So now I can don't have to worry about eating. And it's sort of nice because it does, I've never really had auto feeding on a character before, but it allows you, it'll actually, like, if you're very low health, if it needs to eat like 3 chicken to get you up to top health, it just immediately eats 3 chicken. There's no like waiting. So that's sort of nice. I think it does overfeed you though. So in other words, if you're down like a half of a heart, it might eat a food that takes that heals 3 hearts. So there is a bit of overuse of food, I believe. I haven't paid too much attention to it because I have lots of cooked chicken and cooked rats coming out of my mob farm. But that is something to keep in mind. So now I can get rid of that. Put that up there. And let's pull out all that stuff I just picked up. And I think I just threw one of my dink dolls in there. Yes. No. Wait. There it is. Alright, I'm just about done here. So now I gotta think through what embossments I want to do. I think people have a tendency to do maybe like night slime embossments on their armor. I think that gives you plus health. So I might do that, but I gotta take a look at it, dig through that and see what looks good. Let's make an ender pouch real quick. Ender pouch. Bada bing. And I never leave it on white, white, white because then when you build a second, if you build a second or third one, especially with the chests and the tanks, if you're using white, 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 it immediately fills up with whatever is currently in white, white, white. So I like to just grab something. I should have plenty of black. Yeah, we can just do this. Let's do that, and then let's get an ender chest. Need to make one. Do that, and then we're going to need to make an import bus. Me import bus. But I am missing one of these. Here we go. And where do I want to put this? I usually put it right by here, but this is sort of a nice little brick. I've got my Tinker's construct stuff here, so that's all sort of set up nice, and got my screens here. I think I only have 8 channels coming over this way, but I could bring more over. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just gotta turn on my rig again. Right now, maybe let's just do this right here. So we want to put import channel there. Devices online. We're going to need some acceleration cards. How many does this take again? 4. Acceleration cards, which I don't think I have any of these yet. So we got 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bada bing. Then we will slap this down here. Then we will make this white, black, white. Then we will shift right click the ender pouch onto the ender thing. And now you can see here it is white, black, white as well. And so now we can do this. And that stuff will immediately get imported into our ME system. Make sure everything's working good. Yep, there's the drive. And the 1 floral powder. Alright, sweet. We now can loot all the loots. So what next? Let me pause here and go get a drink and see how much runtime we have left, and then we'll see what else we want to take a look at. Be right back. Alright, so we got some time left, so why don't we go ahead and break into the Beneath. I have gone ahead and made and placed a Beneath portal, but I haven't gone there yet. So I just sort of tucked it in the corner here. Let's give it a shot. Hello. Can never remember if I need to click on this or crouch on this or what. The first time through it always seems to be really slow. Jump on it. There it goes. All right. So it looks like we're underground. Y73. I'm just going to go ahead and pop out a spectre illuminator here. And it's immediately going to float to the surface above us somewhere. Alright, so I can just tell by the lighting difference that this chunk is now lit and this one isn't. So I can make tons of these specter illuminators. So I'm going to go ahead and throw one out in both of these directions. Boom, and we can see now we've lit up a bunch more area. Don't actually know if the surface is above us or below us. Reset my flying squid ring here. Alright, well, up doesn't seem to be getting us anywhere quick. Looks like we might be in the side of a mountain, so let's go ahead and head out that direction to the west. Westward, ho! Go ahead and change this to 3 by 3 by 3. Yeah, now we're seeing something. Gonna plop down another specter illuminator, so it'll move to the top of the chunk and then light up. Yeah, we're way up in the air. Alright, so I think we need to go downstairs, so guess we could just do that. Gotta be careful not to wander off into the dark or we will get attacked. Even just being in midair in the dark will start doing damage to you. Spread out a few more specter illuminators here, because I can. Right. So we are here after osmium. I think osmium, are we too low for osmium? I can't remember. Let's see if it'll tell us in the osmium ore. We want to be right around Y20 something, so we're about at the right spot here. And there, I finally see some. But we might have to get ore, so I should probably go ahead and pick some up with... Should probably change this off of 3 by 3. So here we also have the uranium, or I should say the nuclear craft stuff. So we've got the thorium and magnesium and etc. We're going to need some of that. So, oh, and I was going to pick some up with, pick some ore up in case we need that. Is there an actual quest for it? What is the quest starter for mechanism. Let's see, we've got... Looks like we need one each of the ores maybe for nuclear craft. And then for mechanism, yeah, it looks like we probably need to pick some up in its normal form, or I mean in its ore form. Let's go ahead and pick up some of this, some of this. Some lithium. Now, I think it's the thorium, and I don't think boron, but probably thorium will actually irradiate us. So we're going to pick up a little of this, and then when we pick up some of this thorium, we want to make sure and get that into our bag real quick before we irradiate ourselves a bit too much. All right, same thing with the uranium. Grab a little bit of that, but then we want to... Oops. My low-level flux borer that does Silk Touch doesn't have great mining levels. It'll only apparently go up through cobalt. So I might have to break out my... this guy. Okay, so we got the ones we needed there for nuclear craft. And we got the bounty on Nether Wasp. And we visited the Beneath. An iron golem. All right. And we picked up a Book of Shadows in the Nether. So I think that's the main stuff we wanted to grab here real quick. I did already pick up, I think it was 30 ingots of osmium. I'm going to need a bit more than that, so let's look around a bit more for more osmium. Here's some. There we go. That gave us a quest finisher for picking up the ore instead of auto smelting it with my main flux borer. What the heck was that? Googly eyes. All right. Cool. So we've got ingots. I'll have to probably go back and pull them out. So I think what I want to do is set up a... I don't necessarily want to appear inside that big mountain side. So I think what I'm going to do is set up a little place here and then build a door to it. So I don't think I've shown that on camera much, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. We're going to take our building out. We're going to need to pick something that we have plenty of and is sort of durable. Let's build it out of... You know what, I'm not going to spend hardly any time over here, so let's just go ahead and build it out of stone. What the heck? So we'll just go ahead and go stone, and then we'll go range 7. And we'll go to a horizontal wall, slap a roof up. Again, I'm not really going to spend much time here other than coming over here to probably put in place a digital miner to get us more of the nuclear craft and osmium, nuclear craft ores and osmium. And then we're going to set up a gate to here, or a dimensional door to here. Just go ahead and click here. When you click once at the block that you're pointing on, you're setting that location, and this starts to glow like it's enchanted. And so now you see there's a rift signature that leads to this spot in dimension 10. So now if we go home, and now if we click on another spot here, let's go ahead and use this ice one. So now if I click on this spot, right click, it creates the rift. And this is out of durability or whatever. But you can actually repair that with like the energetic infuser with a repair function on it. Using the experience, using liquid experience or essence of knowledge. So now let's go ahead and grab some doors. And you can see this thing is growing, so you do sort of want to take care of this. Not that it does too much damage or too much chaos. It's just more of a graphical problem with it growing. I haven't really seen it destroying stuff much, but it does grow pretty big pretty fast if it's in a loaded chunk that you're spending a lot of time around. So then here's the one on this side. You can see this one hasn't grown as much because we weren't here. But now that we are here, you can actually visibly see it growing as we're standing here. But now we'll stabilize it. And you can see the rift itself is gone and the particle effects will start to fade. And now just to double check. Now this one does take a little time because you're going through dimensions. Most of these doors go to other places in the overworld, so you don't have to worry about the loading a new dimension. But there we go. We now have our spot. Let's go ahead and make a door real quick here. And we are in business. So now that we have a little bit of osmium, we can make a digital miner and get to it. And then just before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and run upstairs, go to my energetic infuser that has the flux reconstruction that allows you to repair damaged items with essence of knowledge. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. Pull these out because they're done. Throw that back in there. And grab this out and throw it back in my backpack for the next time I want to make a pair of dimensional doors. Throw that back up in there. All right. Ooh, I should keep that bread out. I don't think I've eaten that yet. So one thing I want to do real quick, you can see I've taken some of those from my mob farm, the mechanism tool stuff. I just threw one in here, which, let me pull that back out. But these mechanism tool glowstone boots and refined obsidian boots, most of those pieces you can melt down into here. So I'm going to go ahead and make some Osco glass real quick. There's the obsidian sword, so melt that down too. And boom, we've got a little bit of Osco glass going on. So in between this episode and next, I will probably retool my armor a bit and change out the demonic cores with Osco glass cores, and then change things around a bit more just to make them a little bit better. And then Osco glass could also be used. I'll probably put that on a couple of my tools so that I can set up automatic teleport points that are a little faster than going through doors. All right, so wow, I cannot type. Oh, thank you. There we go. Yeah, so I did get 30 osmium, and I already threw in there. So we'll compute that quest. Which cash have I got? I've got 54,000. I haven't spent anything in quite a while. I've now unlocked osmium ingots, so I can actually just buy those. So that's sort of cool. I should probably go ahead and find a stage 5 dragon and kill it, and see if I can set up another thing where I get see, what is it, the player shop. Set up another thing where I'm turning in dragon eggs for currency. Get a mob duplicator out, which means I also need to get some pink slime, so I'll need to work on a pink slime farm, do some industrial foregoing to get pink slime out of some farm animals. And so that's the kind of stuff I'll be looking at between this episode and next, and we'll get some stuff done. With that, we're probably past time to wrap up this episode, so I'm going to call it quits here. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye.